Joining us now to talk more about all of this is journalist Lynne White and Western Connecticut State Media Professor Jackie Guzdo. Welcome to both of you ladies.
Thank you.
Before we get specifically into Governor Christie, were you surprised that former Governor Cody talked about this? One governor talking about another.
I think it's all anyone's talking about right now, and it's kind of sad to see. Whether you like him or you don't like him, we are watching a train crash, and it's not a pretty sight. This man has been on the national stage now. He obviously was making plans to become a presidential candidate. Now he's the butt of every joke on late night. It's not a good sign. Yesterday, was that good? Was that bad? I think if he had shortened it a little, yes, there would have been some more credibility, but to go 107 to 108 minutes. Why?
There are people who would disagree with that and say he could not cut anyone off, as he has done in other news conferences, because in this case he had to be humble and had to be apologetic and answer every question. Do you feel he went too long yesterday?
No, I don't. I think it was a political ploy to change his image. Before, he had this image where we in the Northeast either laughed at him, we enjoyed him, he was entertaining, or we agreed with him, or we were on the other end and said, you know, can't wait to get rid of him. Now, he acted like a bully many times. You saw the tape. He called reporters, his constituents, idiots, etc. Now, what's going to happen is that he's trying to be a kinder, gentler governor now that his things have changed, and he's just trying to rebrand himself.
But how do these remarks from former Governor Cody play in? Well, they must hurt him, right?
Of course it does.
And
you know,
yeah, and he's one of many who will be coming out of the woodwork. And that's what happens now.
With these documents now being released, what do you anticipate coming out of them?
I think this is the beginning of the end of the Christie brand. Now, could he get a talk show on Fox? Of course he could. He'll make $1 billion. But I don't know about politics, because now there's a stain around him. And for him to come out yesterday saying more than once, I believe, I am not a bully, and now you're seeing all the YouTube clips bubbling up everywhere with him literally putting his finger in people's faces. You know that there's a problem here, and that was trying to rebrand himself yesterday. But it didn't work because it's not realistic.
Now, what about this New Yorker cover? That is, the magazine's going to come out, I think, later in the month. The picture shows him, there it is, as a chubby child with a ball, George Washington Bridge. So this is days away. This isn't going to end quickly.
Yeah, no, this is a picture of the governor as a little boy playing games while the rest of us are waiting. We have business to do.
And speaking of business, this is a huge diversion for a chief executive and for the state of New Jersey. How does this affect his ability to govern now?
Well, it was a diversion for those people stuck in traffic for all those days and hours. And that's something he never even addressed yesterday.
Never did.
It was all about him. And him throwing 2 people on his staff under the bus. That was wrong. There are people who were imperiled because of it. There's a woman who had a heart attack. We don't know whether it was because of the slow response, because of the traffic pattern, but there were all kinds of consequences that he never addressed.
And what about the 2 people under the bus? Let's talk about Kelly. Where is she? What do we expect to... You think she'll speak later?
We don't know where she is. We hope she's not in hiding, floating with the fishes if she ever does speak. She's got to watch it. This is New Jersey politics. It is not known as a softball game. There's been a long time reputation of New Jersey politics as being somewhat corrupt. They're playing underhanded games. You know, we have to consider the reality of this.
Well, the reality of politics is there is political patronage. You do favors for your friend, and perhaps you get a little even with your political enemies. But where do you cross the line between unethical and even illegal?
Right. You don't shut down 3 lanes of the George Washington Bridge, for goodness sake, especially if you're running for a national office, as we know he was planning to do.
Well, speaking of that, are his chances dead in your book, Lynne?
I think that his brand is tarnished. If you liked him before, you like him now, and you'll give him the benefit of the doubt. If you didn't like him, you know, it's fodder for your folder on Chris Christie and what he's all about. I know who is happy right now, Rand Paul, I mean, and Hillary Clinton.
Okay. Yeah,
and
the Democrats.
Jackie, how about you? Who's happy?
Democrats are very happy. The far-right Republicans are very happy. They never liked Christie in the first place. And the media is happy because they have a scandal to report.
Certainly do, and it's going to go on for a while. Ladies, thank you so much. I'm sure we'll be talking about this again soon. Thanks.
Thank you.